Once upon a time, in a land far, far away, there was this brand that Beyonce had before she had Ivy Park. This is the downfall of House of Dereon and what really happened to the brand and caused its demise. In 2005, House of Dereon would debut on The Tyra Show and Oprah Show with Beyonce and Mama Tina. This is where she would cite the inspiration from House of Dereon, and she basically said that it was the 40s, 70s, and her generation morphed all into one. Which, as you can imagine, would be pretty tricky because those decades are not anywhere near each other. So she was kind of doing the impossible. In her Oprah interview was actually really interesting because Oprah kind of took a dig at them for not having more inclusive sizes. And also, Oprah took a shot at bigger women trying to wear her clothes. Like, girl, why would you zoot 8?
As 12, 14.
Good.
Yes, and we will,
And the reason is
doing a fuller figure line as well. That's my dream.
But if you have a fuller figure, you are not supposed to have this on. Okay?
But that would be great because it's a portion and a two.
I know, but all the size, 29 people watching. Talking about they didn't do nothing for us, and thank them that they did not.
All because she had just lost some weight and so she felt like she wanted to put other people down. But anyway, looking at some of these pieces for me personally, I feel like it reminds me a whole lot of B-Day in Louisiana and just that whole photo shoot. A lot of the clothes were really cute. I will say that I can understand why it was not flying off the shelves because I can see where younger people would not want to wear them. Some of them did look very 1940s looking or very like old school in a little house on the prairie type of vibe. Personally, I love retro and vintage clothing, so I would love to wear that stuff. I was actually annoyed that I couldn't find a whole bunch of their stuff, but I could see where the modern day person would not like it. As far as the prices were concerned, the lowest priced item was $118, which even Oprah was kind of taken aback by. Beyonce and Miss Tina said that they did this because they wanted to have the most luxurious and best fabrics possible. They wanted to have the best clothes possible, which I totally get it. But again, it seems like they're not really tapped into middle America like that, which is Beyonce's fan base at the time and even now. And of course, to top it all off, it was sold at like Bloomingdale's and Macy's. I mean, no one has like $100 to $200 to spend on a pair of jeans. Another reason that I feel like was kind of an issue for them was also the brands at the time that they were competing with. Everyone was rocking Baby Fat, South Pole, Apple Bottom, FUBU, Rocawear, and others. And a lot of those brands were really geared towards younger people and were very much like new and innovative at the time. So they were kind of dominating. House of Dereon would lean into that style a little bit, but again, most of the clothes and stuff like that were very old school. Even if you come out with something that looks similar to the other brands or something that's in style at the time, it's still hard to compete with them because they have been around for longer and they already like captivated the audience, which would be the Black community and youth. After this, it was about a year later when they would launch their younger version of House of Dereon called Dereon. And they had an ad out, and this was the nail in the coffin, so to speak. Basically, they had this ad of children wearing high heels and makeup, and everyone completely flipped out. But one thing I don't agree with is the fact that people were using this, of course, to make it a racist moment or to try to sit here and say that Beyonce and Black folks be doing this, that, and the third, and that's normal and blah, blah, blah. This was a hurdle that they were able to get over. There wasn't a whole lot of things that we heard from like Miss Tina and also Beyonce from the incident, but it definitely made its mark because people were mad. Then, in 2012, all of a sudden, the staff just got smaller and smaller. Handfuls of people at a time were getting let go. And then the brand just vanished. Miss Tina even had a Walmart line and we have no idea what happened to that either. Just nothing. And it's just sad because it's like the way that Miss Tina was describing why she came up with this brand with Beyonce was basically because so many people would always ask her like, can you make clothes for me? Can you make clothes for me? And she was like, yeah, sure. And so that's why she created this brand. I just really hope and wish that they would do another one or something like it because House of Dereon was absolutely gorgeous and I feel like it would stand out today, but I know that that's not the direction that clothing is in right now. Back in the day, House of Dereon was what it was because a lot of people wore blouses, jeans, and it was kind of like mostly outerwear. Nowadays, a lot of people like to wear like Skims or indoor loungewear, stuff like that. They like to wear comfortable clothes, which brings us to Ivy Park, which is now also apparently not existing anymore. I don't know. It's very interesting. Let me know what y'all think in the comments below. Do y'all like House of Dereon? Do you miss it? And let me know if I should do a video on Ivy Park.